the channel. If you have not been here before, my name is Toni. So we are going to jump right in the conversation today. I am super excited about this video because even if this video doesn't perform well, this is a video for me, and this is a video that I wanted to share. So regardless of if it gets views or if it don't get views, whatever the case, I did it because I needed to, okay? So let's talk about finding our space online, right? Where is our placement at? Where are we, where do we fit into all of this? I mean, clearly you get on YouTube, you see 1,000,001 different content creators. You get on TikTok, you see 1 billion content creators. You get on Instagram, same thing. So when we think about how do we find our place in all of this, right? Let me give you a little bit of backstory. So if you look at my channel, right now you see some hair videos, you see some makeup videos, you see some girl talk type videos, okay? I'll be honest. Yes, I love doing my makeup. I like to get, glammed up a little bit. I love doing my hair, and that's quite frankly because I just don't like to pay anybody to do my hair. But you see a couple of girl talks, so you can see I've kind of been trying to find my place. You see a couple of videos that are about, how to grow your channel, how to have an on-camera presence. So you see, your girl been over here working, okay? I've been trying different things out so I can kind of figure out my place. Something really clicked for me recently, and we'll dive a little bit deeper into the conversation. So on TikTok recently, I had been kind of feeling like, I had a viral video and a couple of videos that performed very well, and they were pose videos. And for the life of me, y'all, on TikTok, it seemed like the only videos that were getting played. I would post, a makeup video where I'm doing story time telling. I would post this, I would post that. Nothing was getting played. Here is why. I am a very over the top sometimes. I'm a very animated person. I love to laugh. I love to enjoy life, okay? Here is where my problem was. I consumed a lot of creators during my process of building my own platform, right? I wanted to see what was working. Kind of did my research phase, right? I wanted to see what was working, what ideas should I incorporate into my style and put my own little stank on it, because I'm never gonna copy another creator, but I was trying to do my research, to see what was working, what could I do that, would resonate with other people. The problem is, as I was building out and doing all of this research, I started to build up this person that I thought that I was supposed to be and build up this persona that I thought I was supposed to have. And guess what? It didn't work. So this whole entire video, the topic of discussion on today is finding your place and reinventing yourself through authenticity and vulnerability. So when I say that, what I'm basically saying is, if you truly want to reinvent yourself, you don't necessarily have to change or take on a different persona or take on these different types of, this and that. I can't think of a word right now, but you don't have to actually change into a whole different person. You have to accept who you truly are. You have to be okay with who you truly are. So when I say accept authenticity is, again, when I was doing my videos, you could tell I felt stiff. I would throw in a little humor here and there just because, again, that's who I am naturally. But you could tell I was toned down, I was kind of stiff. I wanted everything to be perfect because, let's be honest, baby, YouTube is a lucrative business, okay? And I'm trying to quit my full-time job and I'm trying to do this 100% of the time, okay? Let's be honest about it. But you could tell I wasn't being myself. You could tell I was very stiff. And like I said, again, I wanted everything to be perfect. Everything that I posted, I felt like it had to be perfect. Why? Because a lot of the creators that I were watching, everybody had the aesthetic. Everybody had, you know, the this and the slow motion zoom and the tons of B-roll, which granted, I am great at. Well, I feel like I'm great at it. I do know how to put together a video very nicely. And, you know, I'm not bragging or anything like that, but these are things that I've actually taught myself way before I even considered doing content creation full time. But you could just tell that everything was just entirely just perfect, perfect, perfect. And that's not who I am. That is not the space that I was supposed to be in. And that's why I truly feel like now that I have just gotten back to who I truly am, I found my place. My makeup videos were not working because that's not what people were meant to see. My hair videos were not working out and performing as well because that's not what people were meant to see me for. You guys, I feel like, are meant to see me give encouragement. And I said that from the get-go of starting my channel, was that I wanted people to hear encouragement. I wanted people to be pushed, and reinventing yourself is the first way to do that. And like I said, reinventing ourselves is not about changing ourselves completely. It's about accepting who we are and being our most authentic self. So let me tell you how this worked out, okay? So I posted a TikTok video recently about, oh my gosh, let me just stop here. I went to my other mom's, and this is my best friend's mom. I went to her housewarming recently and I met a woman there. When I say, oh my gosh, her skin was beautiful, okay? Beautiful. She said she was 41. I'm 31. She got 10 years on me. And when I say sister girl didn't have a wrinkle on her face, she did not have one wrinkle. And I am not exaggerating when I say that her skin was beautiful, okay? So we were talking and I was asking her about her skincare regimen, and you know, it was a little extreme in my opinion, but I'm like, shoot, I'm willing to try it because I want to have skin like that when I'm 41, you know? So I started thinking about, like, how could I make this into a funny video? And I was very hesitant at first because, again, everything that I had been posting was just perfect and aesthetic and a whole vibe, you know what I'm saying? And so when I was thinking about the idea, I was like, ooh, do I want to try this? Do I not want to try this? But if I go ahead and do it, I know that this is me truly being me, like my humor. I have a quirky sense of humor. You know, like I said, I like to laugh. I like to just have fun. And I am not afraid to just put myself out there in a way that people might laugh. So what did I do? I did it. That video had been the best performing video on my page since doing those pose videos. It clicked for me. I said, this is why my other content is not performing. This is why my YouTube channel hasn't grown yet, because I'm not being my authentic self. I'm putting on this persona of what I think people should see me as, instead of truly being myself and being comfortable with myself again. So I instantly got the vision to do this video because I was like, you know what? If I could encourage people to change their life, reinvent yourself to become that authentic version of you, within 30 days, watch how your life can change. Because instead of worrying about everything being picture perfect, you're just putting yourself out there as you are. You're in your most vulnerable state, and that's okay. We are taught as kids that vulnerability is a bad thing. We're taught that you should never show your emotions, that you should, you know, hide your feelings and not share them and talk about them and things of that nature. No, vulnerability teaches you self-acceptance, and I have had to learn that myself. So please don't get me wrong and think that I'm just, you know, telling you stuff that I'm perfect at. No, by no means am I perfect. By no means have I figured it out all the way. I am clearly still figuring it out when it comes to my placement and where I feel like I fit the best. But I'm saying all that to say, get to the root of who you are, okay? Get to the root of who you are and figure out that authentic version of you. So for the next 30 days, you should really, like, next 30 days, pick something that you want to succeed at. It could be a small goal, like literally a 30-day goal. And especially, let's back up here. Especially if you are a content creator. So I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna talk to my content creators, okay? I want you for the next 30 days to really and truly get to the true core value of who you are. Figure that out first. If you don't know it already, figure that out first. Figure out that true authentic version of you. Are you a quirky kind of person? Are you humor? Or like, do you love humor? Do you like to laugh? Are you more of the serious type and the aesthetic type person? Whatever it is, baby, do you, okay? Do you, but do you authentically. And I guarantee that if you're trying to grow those numbers on that platform, or you're trying to grow, you know, your subscriber count or whatever the case, people gonna start coming in. Watch what I tell you. I guarantee, and I feel that with everything in me, that that is the way that you're going to grow. So when I think about how I want to reinvent my life, like I said, I want to do content creation full time. It's something that I've always enjoyed to do. I have been editing videos for years. I've been doing production type stuff for years. I'm so comfortable on the camera because I've done on-camera commercial work. So all of this is natural for me. I'm in my most comfortable element when I am talking to my camera. Quite honestly, I'm more comfortable talking to y'all than I am probably talking to my best friend when she's sitting right here. I know that's backwards. But anyway, I am my most comfortable self when I am in front of my camera. And I'm gonna pause there because I completely just lost my train of thought. Sometimes I will start talking and then I'll just lose it because I'm just talking. Anyway, like I said, going back to the 30-day lifestyle change. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. So for me, I have been trying to reinvent myself or become my most authentic self in this now present time because I want to do content creation full time. And I will be honest, you guys, I have been at this for about 7 months. I started in May of 2020 and it is now obviously December of, 2020, Lord, get your years right, girl. Started in May of 2022 and it is now clearly December 2022. And I have had some growth, but I'll be honest, I have not had as much growth as I thought I would. And you know, it's been hard for me to, you know, when I'm on TikTok and stuff, or I see other people and they're like, yeah, I grew my account to 100K in 6 months. And, you know, I did this in 6 months. I made this amount of money in 6 months. And I just, for the life of me, couldn't figure out, why hasn't that happened for me? Like, I know that first and foremost, baby, I'm a believer of the Lord God, okay? I don't know what you believe, but over here, over this way, I'm a believer of the Lord God. So I kept praying and I'm like, God, you know, what am I doing wrong? Like, what do I need to do? Is there a message that I'm supposed to deliver? Where am I supposed to fit in this thing? But I kept doing what I was doing. So if God was telling me, baby, you got a message that you need to share, but I wasn't listening to the message and I kept doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing, clearly my growth is not going to happen because I was not listening. Okay, and if you've been there, if you've been in one of them moments, you know what I'm saying. You know, when you are led to do something and you just aren't listening and you continue to do whatever it is that you feel like you're supposed to be doing, you're never going to grow that way. So again, I see all these creators talking about how much growth they've had and, you know, so forth, so on. And I just kept questioning myself, like, what am I doing wrong? And then I don't know how else to explain it. Again, I was not being my authentic self. I kept being somebody that I was not. And, you know, a lot of people probably wouldn't admit that, but I have no problem admitting that. I was pretending to be somebody that I was not because I thought that that's what people wanted to see. Okay? So again, for me, going back to reinventing or becoming that most authentic version, these next 30 days, baby, y'all know they're gonna change. And I have not an ounce of doubt in my body that things are not going to change drastically in the next 30 days. So I know that if they can drastically change for me in the next 30 days, I know that they can change for you in the next 30 days. So I encourage you to think about how you can become your most authentic self. How can you become just completely vulnerable? Don't be afraid to be judged, especially if you are getting into the world of content creation and you're truly wanting to do this full time. You cannot be afraid to be judged. Anything that is put out into the public, whether you want to be a content creator or whether you're just posting just because it's your personal account, you are putting yourself out there to be judged, okay? But be okay with that. Don't think that being judged is a bad thing, because everybody, look, it's like the old saying go, like my mama used to say, everybody got a booty hole, okay? Everybody got a booty hole. And everybody got an opinion. So it's okay if somebody doesn't agree with what you're doing, or if they judge you for whatever the case. It doesn't matter. Because when you are truly being yourself, you know that, hey, this is me. You gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. And that's okay. When it comes to really and truly reinventing yourself, you're reinventing yourself with purpose. You are thinking about how you want your life to reflect. Maybe you want to manifest that nicer, newer home or car or luxury lifestyle. Whatever the case, if you truly want to manifest something into your life, you have to change. You have to reinvent yourself, okay? And if you are reinventing yourself through authenticity, make sure that you are willing to change your mindset. You don't have to change who you are, but change your mindset, okay? Especially if we are going to just touch on manifesting real quick, because I don't want to get too far into the conversation, because we can save that for another video. But when we think about reinventing ourselves, clearly we are reinventing ourselves purposefully. We're not just going to do it randomly. There is something that we want to draw into our life that we are willing to change for. You're willing to go into isolation by yourself in order to bring about this change into your life, right? So I want you to get very detailed about how you want your life to look right now. I'm 31. I'll be honest, I'm 31. I've never purchased my own home yet. I have 3 kids. I have a husband. So what is my goal right now? I want to purchase my first home. I want to, become this entrepreneur woman, right? And have my own business and, do the things that I do, which is create, and I love to create. So these are the things that I'm thinking about. I have to be able to reinvent my mind as well in order to make that change come into my life. So I encourage you, for the next 30 days, challenge yourself to go into isolation as well. If you have to skip a few wine dates with your girls, or skip a few dinner dates with, your spouse or lover, whoever you with, go into isolation. Because when you are truly trying to bring about change to the physical world to the physical world, that starts in the mental realm first, okay? Nothing can happen. See, I'm talking too fast. Slow down. Nothing can happen physically for you until you decide to change your mindset, okay? There's a lot of change that can take place. There can be change with your, becoming that authentic version of yourself. There can be change of the mindset. There can be change of, your daily activities. There can be a lot of change that can take place. But you have to figure out specifically, what is it that you want in your life, okay? And if you do want to hear more about manifesting and bringing things into fruition or whatever, I will go ahead and pop my manifestation video up there in the corner, where I talked about manifesting your life through your 5 senses. I actually really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, and now that I know my placement, now that I know what I want to do, now that I know what I need to talk about versus the stuff that I thought I was supposed to be talking about, you are going to actually see me do a lot more videos about reinventing yourself and becoming that higher version of yourself, and really attracting any and everything into your life that you are looking forward to. So this is definitely definitely not the last of this kind of video. So again, I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really hope that you received the message. If I'm talking directly to you and you were like, damn sis, like that message was for me, I am glad that you received it, okay? So if you have not already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below, and also make sure that you are paying attention to those notification bells as well, so you can see when these videos are going up on my channel, okay? But I will go ahead and hop off of here because I'm hearing kids screaming and I don't know what's going on. But I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye, sugar.